came out of there a true believer of what he does, and it was amazing.
He's a true artist, lectures all over the world.
If you want the best, I think this.
It's the best. I mean, it's the best.
Amazing smile.
Dr. Nordland's credentials are amazing. Dr. Nordland is a pioneer in the field.
As far as his level's expertise, it's here. And it doesn't go much higher. I mean, we're at the ceiling.
He is an artist.
He's renowned actually around the world for what he does.
People have commented to me that they think they are my own teeth.
I'm going to be well taken care of. I'm going to be loved. The care is going to be superb. And moreover, when I leave, I'm not going to have any pain.
It's a serious decision when you need to have surgery on your mouth. And when you do, you want to be at a world-class level. And it just doesn't get any better than Peter Nordland.
I had a neighbor growing up as a kid who was a dentist. And I thought, wouldn't it be great to spend my life doing something similar? Create great smiles, help people feel good about themselves.
Peter Nordland is a perfectionist. I mean, he loves what he does, and it shows.
You know, I think a lot of dentists and even the general public think periodontics just treats disease. But Dr. Nordland's taken it to an art form.
If we can do things microsurgically, there's less trauma, more rapid healing. It's a win-win all the way around.
I planned on getting veneers to fix my smile because I was always so uncomfortable with how I looked.
Victoria felt like she always had baby teeth. Really, she had great teeth, but it was covered over by her gum tissue.
He understood that I was scared about this, but he was also excited that he knew that he could do something for me.
We sculpted back her tissue, exposed that tooth, and now she has a great smile.
After the surgery, I'm proud of my smile. I'm happy to let everyone see it, and I'm just a whole lot more confident.
When I'm working in the smile zone, the aesthetic zone, there is only one doctor I use for that surgery, and that's Dr. Nordland.
As a child, I was always taught to be an aggressive brusher, and I used to use a very hard toothbrush and brush away the tops of my teeth and the gums.
Sometimes someone is missing gum tissue. We can graft it, we can build it back.
He's pioneered soft tissue rejuvenation, and he's allowed me to offer my patients a better service than I think I could have ever imagined.
The bridge that I got didn't really look natural from the side, and that was kind of embarrassing.
In Denise's case, she was missing tissue on the side of the tooth, so that when you looked from the side, you saw space.
I always grew up thinking, wow, it would really be nice to do it right someday. And then someday came along.
I'll graft that tissue into that space. It will actually grow in its new location and do it in a predictable way.
This has changed my life and my way of thinking.
What Peter can do is to bring back that tissue through the techniques that he's helped develop. And then we can go in and give that patient back what they want, which is that beautiful smile.
He understands exactly what I need as a cosmetic reconstructive dentist.
I was really impressed with the way they worked as a team.
What's also good for me as a referring dentist is that when patients come back, they typically have several things to say. First of all, they did not have any pain that they expected. Secondly, that they were treated so graciously and warmly by him and by his staff. And thirdly, that they would tell others if they needed to have this done, that this was the place they needed to go.
So first of all, I went to see Dr. Nordland, and then I had 14 implants.
I've had more than a dozen surgeries.
I had an old root canal that had gone bad.
I had 4 implants and 2 extractions at one sitting.
I didn't have any pain.
It was quick.
There's nothing, there's no pain.
I never had any pain.
Virtually no swelling.
I never felt any pain whatsoever.
And no pain ever since then.
And something very important these days, no infection.
I was afraid for nothing.
From the minute I walked in the door, I felt very comfortable, very welcomed, and very informed.
It's the difference between ordinary and extraordinary.
I've been using specialized, high-powered microscopes for a long time. But what I found was our instruments were just way too big. So I developed tinier scalpels, tinier blades, tinier instruments to be able to go around corners, to be able to get into little nooks and crannies, to allow me to do some of the specialized work that wasn't possible before.
He's really on the cutting edge of cosmetic and reconstructive surgery.
Dr. Nordland is a sought-after lecturer and teacher who's spoken around the world.
It's always a shock when you find out you have periodontal disease.
I was actually going to put it off again. I found another reason, and I got a phone call from Peter Nordland, and that's what it took.
We take extraordinary measures to assure that the patient's experience is the best that it can be.
Dr. Nordland took me right through the process.
The nurses, the staff were all phenomenal.
I had heard about his reputation, so I was actually really excited for the procedure, and I couldn't wait to see how the results would turn out.
Dr. Nordland has all these specialized microsurgical tools. Why wouldn't you want that when you're having such an intense procedure?
The value is built in so that the product we provide is going to be long-lasting, it's going to do so without pain, and it's going to give people something they're proud of for their lifetime.
After the procedure, it made me more comfortable with myself and gave me more self-confidence. So that's worth $1 million.
I wouldn't hesitate for 1 minute to recommend Dr. Nordland. He has a great setup and he has a great team.
I had long-term gum disease. All the other dentists said I was going to lose my teeth. Went to Dr. Nordland, he looked in my mouth and he said, "Would you like to keep your teeth?" I smiled and said yes. As you look at me now, it's 10 years later, I've had my surgery and I still have all my teeth.
Dr. Nordland has changed my life because he gave me the most gorgeous smile.
The smiles that we provide, the care we give, is the best on the planet.
Do you want to have a good smile, or do you want to have a great smile?
Well, what do you think? Well, I think Dr. Nordland's the best thing since sliced bread.